Hey guys, my name's Aaron, and in this video tutorial, we'll be going through how to use Tabulous.gg to create a British parliamentary style debate tournament and how to run said tournament using this software. This software is free, and I hope you find it useful. Okay, so starting out, we want to create a tournament. How do we do that? Pretty simple. You create a tournament using this button up here in the top right on the home page. It says new tournament. There's a plus icon indicating that you can add a new tournament to the database. Okay, so we go here and we create, let's call it BP test tournament 2. And let's give it the correct format. And let's go here, input some random dates, Canada, Vancouver. There we go. So now we see that we've obviously created the tournament. If we go to my tournaments, we see that tournament here. We do not see it on the home page because there are fewer than 20 participants registered for said tournament that we just created. And that threshold exists so this doesn't get overpopulated with junk, if that makes sense, right? So somebody just discovers this software, they might create a bunch of tournaments, and we don't want to see those tournaments because they're not at all applicable to us. They don't interest us. We don't want to actually register for BP test tournament 2 necessarily. Okay, especially if there's no people going to that tournament. So going back here, going to my tournaments, clicking here. If we go here and we copy this URL, so obviously the question you're asking is, if I do create a tournament, how do I invite people to register for the tournament so I meet that 20 participant threshold so that everybody can, see it on the home page and I get all that exposure, etc., etc. Okay, so the way you do that is right now here, and I'll just go over the fact that you can, after creating the tournament, edit the tournament's metadata. So you can, do all the obvious things like rename it to BP Test Tournament 3, save changes, and it's now called BP Test Tournament 3. And that's something you can do, and that's great. Okay, so I'm just going to refresh the page, and there we go. So typically, unless you are the creator of the tournament, this won't be the edit tournament button, this will be the register button. So if we log out, and we go here, we can see that on the home page, there's a button, the register button, and we can click that and we can't register for the tournament because we have not logged in. And obviously you need to be logged in to register for the tournament. So we will log in and we can register for BP test tournament, not 2, just the original. And we can do that. Now, obviously this is only possible because it has met the 20 participant threshold. And so what do we have to do? We have to actually input the URL that was presumably shared with us by the tournament or one of the tournament organizers. And we go here and we see there's the same register button with the same functionality right here, and we can just register from the that specific tournament homepage. Okay, and we can register as a debater or as a judge. I'm going to register as a debater. I'm going to say, I'm going to put University of British Columbia, Aaron John, and none of these apply to me because I am quite old and I don't think I'm ESL. So yeah, I'll just register. And yeah, so it says pending, it says debater 0, judges 0, but pending is now 1. And we can sign out, sign in over here, go here, go to My Tournaments. Obviously, it says admin here because we are the admin for BP Test Tournament 2. And if we go here and we go to participants, we'll see that Aaron John has applied to participate at BP for BP Test Tournament number 2. And we're going to accept. And if we were to sign out and then log into the other account that I've created and go to My Tournaments, see BP Test Tournament 2, the admin is not here because we're not the admin, and it says registered here because we registered, or we applied to register, and then we were accepted, and now we have officially registered for BP Test Tournament 2. And I showed you guys that just to show you how to create a tournament, how to register somebody for the tournament that you created. Now we're going to sign out. We're going to go here. And we're going to focus on this tournament, which is BP Test Tournament, not 2, just the regular one. And yeah, okay. So debaters 500, judges 200 registered judges, admin. If we go to participants, we see that all these people have been accepted. All these debaters are in a team, they're registered, and they've been partnered up. Okay, and if we go to teams, so when you register debaters for your tournament, they will not have been registered as a team. You need to do that manually. So just to show you that, okay. Oh God. Oof. Okay, actually, that's going to be difficult to do because I've already registered these people, and I know there's a few that haven't been registered, but I'm not going to keep Oh wait, there we go. They're right up here. Okay, great. So yeah, Emery Lee, Casey Brown, people who probably exist, but I don't know them personally. Okay, so call it UBCA. Yeah, we can just create team. And here they are. I just did that to show you how to create a team because this is a tutorial, and even though this is incredibly obvious, you know, you should be able to figure this out absent a tutorial, I just thought I'd show you that because I'm a nice guy. Okay, so we're going to delete that now. And yeah, so that's how you create a team. You need to create teams. If you go here, so we see that there are 248 participating teams, and that's because we created 248 teams to participate in this tournament. And if we hadn't created those teams, this would be 0 because there wouldn't be any teams, and you need to create teams. Hopefully I've driven home that point. Okay, so round 1, this house would ban zoos. Zoos are bad. And we're going to create a round. Whoops. We're going to delete a round. Okay, I think I know why this is. We're going to delete a round. There we go. Okay, I'll go over that later. Okay, round one, house, ban zoos, zoos are bad, create round, and now the round has been created. Also, just to say this, the reason why I couldn't create round one is because round one had already been created and we can't create multiples of the same round. For obvious reasons, because that would be weird if there were two round ones. Okay, so here I'm going to go over what all these buttons do. Using your own brain, you can infer what they do, but I'm going to go over it anyways. Okay, so we can do things like remove a team from a room by clicking the X button. And let's say we want to remove that team, that opening government team, from room one, and we wanted them to be in room two. For whatever reason, we can do that. Now they're in room two, and we now want to remove this OG team. We're going to give this team the position of OG, and then we're going to go here. And now Lane Miller and Jamie White are in room one as the OG team. And if we just refresh, we can see that the database has been updated, and this is indeed the case that Lane Miller and Jamie White are registered or have been allocated to room one as the OG team. And so I've tried to make the software as flexible and as intuitive as possible, so anybody can use it quite easily. And then we can see that Blake Garcia is the chair for room one, and maybe we want Morgan Chen to be the chair. Because we just think Morgan Chen is more competent than Blake Garcia for whatever reason. But let's revert that decision. Okay, so cool. All right, so what else can we do? We can also delete entire rooms, and we can add rooms. So we're going to, for the sake of demonstration, delete room one. Okay, now room one has been deleted. And if we, oh my God. Okay, there we go. Okay, if we scroll down, well, actually, let's scroll up again. Okay, 1 second. Okay, add room. Okay, because what we want to do is we let's say accidentally deleted room one. Now we want to recreate room one because we want room one to exist for obvious reasons. Okay. So here's the problem, right? When we created the round, rooms 1 to 62 were created, but the thing is that there's like a rooms table and then there's a room names table. So like when we're assigning rooms, we have no room names to select from because we haven't created any room names. This is like a weird quirk of the software, which I might remove. But basically, if we create a round, we get room 1 to 62 automatically assigned to each room. But if we were to remove a room, as we just did, we need to actually go here to rooms and create room 1, add room, and then we go back to draws, right? And now we can do something like, okay, we see that there's room 1 here. Now, if we were to assign this to room as room 1. This would become the new room 1. But now we can't assign it back to room 2 because that room name hasn't been created. Okay, so we need to go here and now create room 2. So like typically what you would do, especially if this is a real world tournament, is you would, before creating the round, you would create all the room names, and then the round that is created would be created using the custom room names that you created. So just to make it more obvious, we could do something like, so this is like a custom room name, right? Well, they all are, but like nobody's going to actually create room 1 and room 2 probably. Okay, and so if we go here, now we can, now this is room Buchanan A101. But we're going to revert this back to room 2, and then, oh God. Then we scroll down, and now this becomes room 1 again. So we're recreating room 1. Okay, so now we want to assign all the or reassign all the teams. Reassign all the judges. Oh, what? Oh, it scrolled. Oh, okay, I see what happened. Whoops. Okay, that was, okay, be aware of that. It will randomly, okay, I don't even think, I think that's something to do with having a Mac or something. Anyway, it randomly scrolled me to the top of the screen. Okay, so we're reassigning the judges now. And we have to assign somebody as the chair. And OG, OO, CGR, yeah, and then CO. Okay, so we deleted room 1, recreated it, and that was all for the purposes of just showing you that can be done, and it's pretty easy and not that hard, other than the one quirk of if you didn't create a custom set of room names, if you have to do that if you plan to delete a room and then recreate it, so that you can then assign a room name to a room. Cool. Okay, so having done that, we're going to publish the round. So right now, nobody can see the round. So if we log out, we were to go here, and go to draws. Okay, yeah, nobody can see the draw because it hasn't been published. So we go back here, go here, and we go here, and we go here, back here, and then here. Now we publish the round, and round has been successfully published. Now, you cannot delete a published round. Or I don't believe you can. Did that work? No, it didn't. Some of you are wondering, well, if you can't delete a published round, why is the delete button here? And yeah, I don't know why. I should probably remove that. Okay, and it will be removed after I'm finished this tutorial. Okay, cool. Now to delete a room, you have to unpublish the round and then hit the delete button. And then that will, sorry, I keep saying room, I meant round. You can delete a round now if it's unpublished. If it's published, you cannot delete it. Okay, publishing it. Now if we log out, sign out, we go here, we go here. and we go to draws. There you go. Now you can see the draw, and you can see it whether you're, not logged in or if you are logged in. It's just as you would expect. See? And we can, head to, if we were Hayden Johnson or Avery Wilson, we would head to room 3, or log into room 3 or something like that. Cool. Okay, we're gonna sign out and we're gonna go back here. Now we're the admin again. And as you saw when we were logged in as a non-admin user, we had no access to the Teams tab or the Speakers tab for obvious reasons. I won't go into that. Okay. So we want to, let's assume the round has obviously been published. People have gone to the rooms, they've given their debate speeches, and now judges need to fill out ballots. So we're going to pretend that we are a judge filling out a ballot. So we need to log into one of the judges' accounts and sort of go through that process. Okay, so to do that, we're going to go to ballots, and we're going to focus on room 3. So we're going to fill out, so as you can see, it's not been submitted, not been submitted. I'm not going to say not submitted again and again. Okay, so we just, did I copy it? I think I copied that. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. We are going to sign out and sign in as the chair of room 3. Cool. And obviously we see that we're registered here, and we have a bunch of notifications. And I think, oh, okay, that's a bug I need to fix, because this person is assigned for, oh wait, no, sorry, never mind, it's not a bug. Anyway, you have been assigned to judge a ballot for round 1 in BP test tournament. Cool. And now, obviously we've been assigned to do this, and we're going to click here. And that was the correct one. Okay, cool. And because this is a test account, it has access to this autofill test. You won't see this button when you, if you use this, sorry, I can't speak properly. Anyway, you just won't see this button if you're assigned to a room as a judge, and the person is using Tabulous. Okay, so to fill out a ballot, it's pretty obvious. So let's just say OG gets the first or something. And, they both spoke 80s, maybe. Avery Wilson spoke in 81 or whatever. And obviously, it might be the case that for whatever reason, Hayden Johnson has stated that they're the speaking second instead of speaking first, and then you would obviously make those adjustments. And then, these people got, let's say, the second, and they both spoke 79s. Anyway, you get. I think you guys get the idea. So I'm gonna just click this button, and yeah. And so all of the feedback has, good speaking style and whatever. Yeah, you get the idea. And we're going to submit this. Submitting. Ballots submitted successfully. And if we go up here, it says ballots been completed. And if we return to ballots, we go here, it says completed, and we can view it again, and yeah, maybe we view it again and we see we got something wrong, and then we have to tell the tournament organizers that, hey, we filled out the ballot wrong. And if we go here and we go here, and we go here, and then here. So let's assume we've been told that the ballot was submitted incorrectly. So as one of the tournament admins, oh, and just to go over this very quickly, we can add other tournament admins to the tournament. I'll go over that more later, but just to know that like that option is available to you if you don't, as a single individual, want to run the entire tournament. Okay, here. Okay, so the chair has submitted the ballot successfully and has then told us that they did something wrong. We can edit it. Now we're in admin edit mode. And yeah, we can just basically resubmit the ballot. And just, I don't know, let's just do this and then say, you know, the OG was meant to be given the first or something. And then we can submit. And this will just overwrite the ballot that was given previously. All right. And what we're going to do from here is, instead of logging into each of these test accounts, we can submit these ballots on behalf of each of these users, because we can do that. And that makes things a bit easier. Okay. This will take a moment. Cool. Okay. All right. So now, because all of the ballots have been submitted, we see that ballot status has been updated to completed, and one of the ballots has been fully completed, and that's wonderful. Okay, that was sort of exhausting. Now, I'm not going to fill out all of these ballots. I did it for round 3 because I just want to show you all of these features. I have successfully done that, and now we're just going to click this button, and this is going to take a little bit, so you can maybe fast forward like a minute or something. Cool. Cool.
I keep making the same mistake, trusting Jews, being caught in the doubt. Why?
All right. So 62 ballots for round one, successfully completed. And yeah, that seems to be the case. Okay. So go in here. And yeah, we can, because all the ballots have been filled in, we can complete the round. But what we also want to do is allow teams to submit feedback for judges. So we're going to go to ballots and we're going to log in as this test user. And I don't think, no, okay. Judge evaluations. Okay, so because there were 4 judges in the room, we can fill out a judge evaluation for each of them. And we can, whatever, just submit. And yeah, okay, yeah, it worked. Okay, as intended, it worked. And then we can fill out more judge evaluations. And we have to refresh. And then this judge was really bad, so. And this judge was even worse. Okay, so we've completed 4 judge evaluations, and if we sign out and we go here, we go here, we go here, we go here. Cool. So okay, so a few things to cover. Only one participant of each team can submit judge feedback for a judge. So basically, once one of your team members has submitted feedback for a specific judge, that's it. So it's not like each individual team member of each individual team can submit judge feedback for each individual judge. It's just one member from each team can assign feedback to each individual judge. So basically, teams judge judges, not members of teams judge judges. Yeah, simple. Okay, so I am not going to submit feedback for each individual team, for each individual judge. I'm going to click this button, and that should be done in a few minutes. Round 1, and now we're going to create round 2. And yeah, okay, cool. Round 2. And no info slide for this one. All right. So create round. Awesome. Go to draws. Round 2, it has not been published, which means nobody can see it. Obviously. And what we want to check here is, so we used, if you look over here, it says team pairing, high, pairs teams of similar strength, first verse second, third verse fourth, etc. can be changed from the tournament settings. So here. Okay. And so we want to check if that algorithm was adhered to, just to make sure. Okay, so judge rankings. So we go here, we see that Skylar Martin got 7.56 overall rating, which makes Skylar Martin the most talented judge at this tournament, objectively, or as objectively as can be. And then we go back here, and we see that because Skylar Martin performed so well as a judge in the previous round, in the second round, he was awarded the position of chair judge for the top room. And if we go over here, we see that Skylar Lee and Jordan Wilson and Riley Williams and Casey Rodriguez are in the top room. And that's the case. So basically what the algorithm did was it took the top 4 teams, put them in a room together, took the top judge and made that judge the chair for that room. And that seems good to me, or the way things probably should be done at most debate tournaments. But obviously, you might have a situation where you want the chief adjudicator to be the chair, and in that case, you can just remove Skylar Martin or whatever, and, you know, maybe you want Jordan Brown to be the chair. And so we add Jordan Brown to this room, make Jordan Brown the chair, and Skylar Martin can just panel in the second top room. Yeah. So that's that. In terms of chief adjudicator status and stuff like this, if you go here to the participants tab, I believe if we click the edit button, wait, oh, I see, yeah. Okay, so obviously we can't make a debater a chief adjudicator, which is why NA is there. If we scroll down, here we are. So, you know, when a judge registers as a judge for the tournament, you have the option of making them a chief adjudicator. So we'll select these, 1 second, there. Okay, now we have 5 chief adjudicators, and I believe we go here, we see them here now. So for, you know, advertisement purposes, you want the people registering for the tournament to know who are the chief adjudicators for the tournament. And yeah, they're right here because we just made these judges chief adjudicators on this page. Okay. But as of right now, we'll allocate judges purely based on judge rankings. maybe I will create some setting that makes it so chief adjudicators are assumed to be the highest ranked judges at the tournament, because at least at the tournaments I've attended in the past, uh, it tends to be the case that chief adjudicators are given that privilege. Um, Sometimes to the detriment of the tournament, to be honest, but it is what it is. Um, okay. So, yeah. We can just publish the round. And round has been published. And we see here round 2 and round 2 over here, but there's no scores because we haven't done that. So what I'm going to do is click this button, and I'll edit out the time it takes to allocate scores to each team. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create the break, and then create some out rounds so I can show you how that works. Okay, let's go here. As we can see, no break lists are available because we haven't created any. So we go to admin, then we go to breaks. This takes a while. Okay. So we're here. We're going to break 8 teams in the open category. Teams is selected. Open is selected. Click. 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 All right. For demonstration purposes, I will break some teams in the ESL category, although obviously these teams aren't ESL because it doesn't say ESL next to any of the team names. Anyway, continuing. All right. So 4 teams broke in the ESL division, and weirdly they're the same that broke in the open division. So, but I guess nowadays you can break in 2 divisions, and tournaments accommodate for that, I think. Anyway, okay. We'll break 10 judges. Cool. And we can break, let's say 5 here. And all the other categories obviously will just work the same way. So we have 5 judges in the ESL category that are broken, 10 judges in the open category that are broken. Obviously there's a lot of overlap, but that's not relevant to us because we're just testing the software. And then I've already gone over this. So, okay. So now that we have broken the teams and the judges in the relevant categories, we obviously will want to release the break so that everyone knows, did they break, did they not break, that sort of stuff. So if we go to breaks right now, we see that we can view all the break data. And if you aren't logged in as a tournament admin, you wouldn't be able to see that data. Now, if we go to the admin page, we go to breaks. And we wait a bit. All right. Click this. And now it's public for everyone to see whether they're logged in or not. Yeah. Cool. So now everyone knows whether or not they've broken. Some people might have, left the tournament for obvious reasons, flown back to their respective schools, universities, what have you. Now, for the remaining people, where the outrounds are relevant, we can just, so here, a little bit tricky. You got to click this. You got to check create out round. Otherwise, we'll just be creating another in round, and that's not what we want to do. If this were a finals, so in this case, we're creating a semifinals. Now, if this was an open finals, ESL finals, you have to click this. So that this is just so the proper UI elements are rendered. You'll see that in a bit. But yeah, so open semifinals, cool. This house, as the media would show the full horrors of war. And what you also have to do is you have to select a break category, because as you can see, it says right here, please select a break category from above, and that is why you don't see any participating teams or participating judges being populated. Now, if we go here, click the category that we want, which in this case is open, now we see that the expected teams and judges have been populated. Now, for the in rounds, what I've seen, oh my God, well, that's annoying. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So, going back to what I was saying 2 seconds ago. So, as you can see, the algorithm we're using here is high-low as opposed to so in rounds, we use high-high. In out rounds, typically high-low is used. I don't know what the philosophy behind this is. I think it makes it more fair or something, but that's typically what happens. And so that is the algorithm we're using to create this out round. So basically, as you can say, pairs strongest teams versus the weakest teams. You wouldn't want to use this obviously in a in round, because then the team that has, let's say 12 points in round 5 would be versing the team that has 0 points, and that would lead to a result that I think everyone would be able to predict and wouldn't be a competitive round and wouldn't be fun for anybody. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the round has been created. Open semifinals. Now, if we look at Teams tab, so what we would expect is that um, Rodriguez and Thompson would be going up against Davis and Lee. Or no, sorry. Uh, Rodriguez and Thompson would be going up against Moore and Rodriguez. Okay. Let's check if that's what happened. Wait a second. Hold on. Um, oh my God. All right. Okay, let me. Yeah. No? Um, okay, how did this happen? Thompson. Okay. And then more. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's. Right. No, okay. Yeah, I don't even understand the algorithm myself. Okay, so yeah, so the team that broke first, which is uh these guys, is going up against the team that broke eighth, which are these guys. And then you also have this team, which broke second, going up against this team, which broke sixth. Let me, yeah. All right. And then, okay. So I might have to look at that again, but anywho, basically, seems to be working to some extent. There might be a few bugs, but if it's not to your liking, you can obviously just edit it in post and you can just, remove a team and add it to a different room, whatever. Um, okay, sorry. Let's just let's publish it, and now everyone will be able to see it. Open semis, fantastic. All right. And yeah, so just like any other round, you would do it. You would, send the judges, send the teams to the respective rooms. You know how this part works. I don't have to explain it to you. Okay. Um, let's. One sec. Yeah. So let's just go here and autofill the ballots. It should not take too long. All right, so now the ballots have been completed, and Fantastic. Cool. And obviously there would be no judge evaluations, or maybe there should be. I don't know if that. Anyway, no, probably not. Anyway, yeah. So complete it, and let's see who. Believe. Do we go to standings? I think so. No, no, sorry. Results. Go to the results page. Go to semis. Yeah, and we can just see who advanced, who got eliminated, and all that stuff. We can view the ballot. And yeah, there's a difference between this software and Tabby Cat, which is I don't believe Tabby Cat or Calico Tab, what have you, shows the speaker points. I don't know. I don't know if there's a reason for that. I could obviously change this sometime in the future so people don't see this. Um, I assume the reason why people wouldn't want people to see the speaker scores might be because of like vanity or something. I don't know. But maybe they would want to, show it off, or this is all subjective. I don't know. Okay, so that we did that. Great. Um, all right. Open finals. What should we put there? 1 second. Oh, I know. I believe this motion needs an info slide, but I'm not going to provide one. All right, so one thing that you have to do here is you actually have to review who got eliminated and who didn't so we can, you know, deselect the teams that got eliminated here. Um, so I'm just going to look that up on my phone right now. Okay. Okay, so Phoenix got eliminated. Okay. Why am I not? Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so we have all the teams that advanced, and we want to check this, and there. Okay. Okay. All right, so publish. Probably don't need 10 judges. Well, sometimes, I mean, usually a finals would have 7, maybe 10. I don't know. Okay. Then just autofill the ballot. Okay, so let's see who won. Cool. So Rodriguez and Thompson are champions of this very, very competitive tournament. Fantastic. All right. So that's the tournament. Basically, it's completed. But one thing we'd want to do is go here and obviously don't delete the tournament. We want to complete it. And we just complete the tournament. And it's now completed, and that's great.